From the Institute of Security Studies. Now, this conference looks at ways to reduce crime. What's discussed at the event? I mean, talk us through the agenda.
Well, I think as the Institute for Security Studies, we're Pan-African research and training organization. So we believe in bringing people together to discuss issues about criminology, violence reduction, crime trends from across the world. We had a very strong contingent from South Africa, so that is very encouraging because clearly criminologists, researchers, policymakers are concerned about some of the crime trends in the country. But we also had international experts, and that allows us to have an international view. I think what is happening in South Africa, things like police violence, things like murder, things like hijackings, there are international experiences that we can learn from. So clearly, this is an opportunity and platform for continental and global experts to come together and discuss issues to do with crime and criminal justice and also violence reduction. I think it's a big issue in South Africa right now. Yeah. So those are some of the issues that we touch on. Later on today, there will be panels touching on issues like hate crime, for instance, and I think that is also a big issue in South Africa. So those are some of the things we talk about.
In the introduction, I said that this has been going for 3 years and that it has assisted in reducing crime. How? How exactly has it assisted?
I think we have a lot of policymakers from government. We have people from the Gauteng legislature attending. We have practitioners. I think the debates and the discussions at the conference inform their work. And I think they gather insights. But I think we should not lose sight of the fact that the conference also enables people to bring to the table new research, new and innovative research that questions some of the things that we believe are true. For instance, there is a belief, for instance, that increasing police. For instance, in South Africa, we saw an increase of 222% of the police budget to almost 67 billion over the past couple of years. We saw an almost 50% increase in police personnel by about 67,000. And people believe that this reduces crime. Crime has stabilized over the past 4 years, but in actual fact, there are some crimes, for instance, business robberies that are actually on the increase. We also question issues to do with our justice system. For instance, we have some 13 anti-corruption, some 13 agencies that have a mandate to tackle corruption in South Africa. 13 agencies. But there is a sense that corruption is on the increase. So we are assessing, for instance, the projects that assess the effectiveness of South Africa's anti-corruption architecture to say, is it effective? So those are some of the things that we discuss.
And also the justice system, because there's a huge perception out there that our justice system is failing us. Is that under discussion? Well,
I think there are areas that are working. There are areas that are not working. Clearly, I think one of the big issues in South Africa is that the conviction rate and how, for instance, the NPA measures this conviction rate. There is an issue. So while arrests are increasing, conviction rates are actually not increasing. So those are the disjunctures that we engage with. And I think we look beyond the common sense assumptions to do with crime and criminology. There are also issues to do with judicial transformation. It's a big issue in the criminal justice system. And people tackle these issues using not only continental lenses, but also global lenses.
Yeah. Well, it ends today. The conference is the last day.
This is the last day of the conference, but it's an ongoing conversation. We are on Twitter, on various platforms where people can engage with the Institute for Security Studies. So you can go onto Twitter and tweet to the Institute. You can go to the ISS website where you can get updates about all the various presentations that were at the conference. So, and we want to ignite debate in South Africa that brings together all stakeholders to speak about crime and criminal justice issues, but also violence prevention in South Africa.
What is your Twitter handle?
Well, I don't have it right now.
Don't have it on you. Will you find that out for me and I will announce it?
Yes, I will.
All right, good. I'll find out all of those details from the doctor in a short while. I will read it to you. If you want to join the conversation, perhaps on Twitter and visit their website, I'll get those details up on screen for you as well. Dr Hamadziripi Tamukamoyo, thank you very much for talking to us from the Institute of Security Studies.